Let's take a look at the new benefit self-service function available in Dynamics GP 2015. In order to use the new benefit self-service functions, you're going to need to have the Advanced HR and Extended Pack modules from GP. The new benefit self-service is going to require that you install the new Advanced HR and Extended Pack, and also that you link all of your employees to a GP user. This is going to require a GP license for all of your employees, and you can use either a limited user license or the new Employee Self-Service GP user license to accomplish this. Here you can see the home page for an employee that shows some of the new functionalities for GP 2015 for the Employee Self-Service portion. Let's take a look at some of the setup options under the Benefit Self-Service that's now available. We're going to start in the Human Resources section. If we move down here under Benefits and Deductions, we're going to see some new options that are set up here for setting up the Benefit Self-Service. So let's begin by taking a look at Benefit Attributes. The Benefit Attributes allows for tracking of specific user-defined fields, and these are the lowest level building block for benefits design. You can see here that it comes with some system default benefits, and there's a couple that I added here that we might want to track, for instance, like if they were getting a fitness benefit, or and also if they were possibly selecting the PPO option. Let's take a look at plan options. This is where we select the enrollment choices for the employee at enrollment and define the categories for a specific benefit. Next, let's take a look at plan benefits. This is where you're going to define the benefit options that you're going to offer your employees. I've selected the insurance code here, and you'll see here that the options that are available are listed here. We have the ability to determine whether it's a requirement that they select an option here, and also the type of options, whether they can only make a selection of one or whether there would be multiple options. With the navigation arrows on the side, you can change the order that these are viewed as they're presented to the employees. Also up here, you'll notice that there's a note field, and if we click on that, you can set any type of a note that you would like when the employee comes into this benefit area, and also has the ability to create attachments, so that if you wanted to go out and have documents that were benefit plan descriptions or special types of PDF files that you wanted the employee to be able to see at the time of enrollment, you could attach those files here as well. In benefit rights, you can select here which benefits the employee will be able to view and or edit during enrollment. Validations would allow you to select any prerequisites for a benefit. For instance, if you had layers of life insurance, and in order to select a higher level, the employee would have to select a lower base level to build upon. Now let's take a look at packages. This is where you're going to create groupings of benefits for presentation to your users during enrollment. Under the eligibility rules, you can create a code and bring in the packages that you've created that groups things together for the employees to select during the enrollment period. Let's take a look at the eligibility rules. This is where you define which plans are available to which user groups. You can see here that we have a number of different options for criteria based on departments, positions, employee classes, employment types, location, secondary status, division, or HR status that you can use to define employee groups that are going to be eligible for this benefit. Finally, let's take a look at enrollments. This is where we can set up enrollment codes to define different enrollment periods for different types of benefits. For instance, you may have an open enrollment period, which has a beginning and an ending date and an effective date for like your health insurance, or you may have open-ended enrollment periods for things like your 401k savings plans. Now let's take a look at the actual enrollment process. I'm logged in as SA so that I can show you what the benefits enrollment looks like from an individual user standpoint and also from an administrator's standpoint. Let's take a look at an individual user. I can double click here in order to open the Enrollment, and you'll see there that I've got statuses set color-coded that show me kind of where I'm at in the enrollment process. And you see here I've got my enrollment completed except for having to submit my enrollment, which I can do by clicking here. But also, you remember earlier we showed where you could put that plan information note, and also any attachments that we had for this enrollment would be visible for the employee here so that they could open those and read those. One of the other options that's available now is that the employee can save the enrollment without having to submit the enrollment. So if they wanted to read some of that documentation and come back later and make changes or complete their enrollment process, they can do it by saving, or they can submit their enrollment, in which case they would not be able to retrieve it. It would have to be opened back up by the administrator. Now let's take a look at what the administrator can see. As the administrator here, you can see that I've got all of the enrollments brought up here. And also you can see that I can see what the status is, so that if I wanted to, I could go see which employees have already started the enrollment process and which have not. And I could run filters on this to select all employees by departments or whatever that haven't started the enrollment process. But the other thing is that if I go over here and select, you'll see I can go up here and edit the enrollment status. So if I had an employee that wanted their enrollment returned to them because they had already submitted it but decided they wanted to make some changes, instead of having to delete the enrollment, have them start over, I could do a return of the enrollment here, at which point the employee would be able to go in and make modifications. The other thing that I can do is go in and post selected records here for the enrollment process, or I could select different employee records here in the enrollment status and send those to Excel for further modification or review, or even possibly sending to a carrier to update enrollment statuses. As you can see, Benefit Self-Service in GP 2015 gives the employer many options for the design of benefit enrollments while keeping the enrollment process for employees straightforward and easy. If you would like more information on the new benefit self-service capabilities, please contact Turnkey Technologies. Thank you.